What's up, strangers? Welcome to the Wealth Game Nation. My name is Vedo and I'm here to help you better understand the wealth game and become part of the Wealth Game Nation. In today's video, we will talk about the cash flow of the poor, the rich, and the wealthy. So let's get right into it. On the agenda, we have the difference between running a household and running a company. We will look at the cash flows of the poor, the rich, and the wealthy, and then we will get into my thoughts. When we talk about running a company, there are three major financial statements that every publicly traded company uses. That's the income statement. Income statement shows the overview of revenues, expenses, net income, and earnings per share for a certain period of time. Then we have balance sheet. Balance sheet is a snapshot of all assets, liabilities, and shareholder equity at the moment of the reporting. And then we have cash flow statement. This statement shows how a company's operations are running, where does the cash come from, and where does it go. These statements are public. They're available via the 10F form and they can be found on the website of the company. When we talk about households, we have rarely a written record of finances. When we talk to our friends and families, rarely any of them have a written record of their finances. What is coming in, what is coming out. Everybody usually says approximately what they think they're making, what they think their expenses are, but that is usually nowhere close to the real truth. Now we will look at the cash flows of different households as illustrated by the book Build Wealth and Spend It All by Stanley Riggs. First, this is a cash flow of the poor household. If you remember from a moment ago, we have income statement and balance sheet. For simplicity purposes, there is no cash flow statement here. If you look at the earned income, the majority of the earned income goes towards expenses. The poor households have rent, utilities, cable, fuel, insurance, entertainment, and other unexpected expenses. Some of their earned income goes to liabilities such as cars and other stuff. Those liabilities then create additional expenses, which then come into what we said previously, unexpected expenses. If you look at this arrow towards the assets, there's a big stop sign showing that these families, these households, do not invest in value-producing assets. So if we look at their balance sheet, we see that there are no assets, just a lot of liabilities. And as we know, net worth is assets minus liabilities. Next, we have the cash flow of the quote-unquote rich households, also called middle class. Again, if we look at the left side, at the income statement, their earned income goes towards expenses such as home maintenance, utilities, fuel, insurance, entertainment, etc. Then they have even a bigger portion of their income going toward liabilities such as home mortgage, vacation homes, cars, boats, RVs, and other stuff. Those liabilities again create more expenses, which then end up in the first bucket. Here again, if we look at the third arrow towards the assets, there is nothing in the assets. Similar to the poor households, the net worth is basically non-existing because there is nothing in the assets and a lot of liabilities. The difference between the poor and the quote-unquote rich or middle class is that the rich or the middle class appears to be rich, when in reality they're not. For both of these households, the following is true. If the income that these two households produce would stop, for both of them, it would mean that their lifestyle cannot proceed. They cannot continue to live such a lifestyle that they have so far. This is all coming back to the fact they have nothing in the assets. Last, we have the cash flow of the wealthy households. Here we see that their income is partially going to the expenses, same as the other two households, home maintenance, utilities, cable, fuel, insurance, and so on. But the majority of their income goes towards assets. Those are value-producing assets such as properties, stocks, and other asset classes. Then these assets are producing additional income called passive income, and then these households use that passive income to pay for the liabilities such as home, mortgage, vacation home, cars, yachts, and stuff. Also, they create additional expenses and they end up in the same bucket as before. And the majority of their passive income is going again towards the value-producing assets. And then this cycle repeats all over again. They make more money than they spend and they invest the difference. If we look at the balance sheet, then we see that the assets on the balance sheets are bigger than the liabilities and therefore their net worth grows. Now, let's get into my thoughts. You need to choose the right cash flow for yourself. You all have seen now the three different cash flows. You need to know what is the right cash flow. You need to identify where you are right now and you need to identify where do you want to be. Today, anybody can be wealthy. There's abundance of information for everybody. The secret formula to becoming wealthy, you just saw it. You need to run your household like a business. You need to make more money than you spend. You need to invest the difference in value-producing assets. You need to train your mind to think in value terms of each purchase. Example, ask yourself, what am I getting for this money? Can I sell it for the same amount? What will this purchase be worth in 5 years? Based on the answers you come up with, you will know what is the value of what you are buying. Last but not least, invest in yourself, educate yourself, do your own research. There's enough information. As I said, abundance of information is out there. You just need to go through it and find what is relevant for you. Therefore, there should be no excuses. I know nobody chooses the household they are born into. Nobody chooses the household that they're growing up. But you can choose what kind of a household you want to have as a grown-up. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. It helps me a lot when you do it. Share it with your friends and family, and leave me a comment. What do you think about this overview from Stanley Riggs? That's all for now. Until next time.